Good evening. I am Mary Gans, the very proud principal here at Falmouth High School. Welcome to our 2020-2021 Virtual Spring Sports Award Night. We are here tonight to honor our student athletes, our coaches, and everyone else who helped make this a fun and successful athletic season. I extend a very special thank you to parents, guardians, family members, and booster clubs. Without your time and support, we simply would not have the programs that we have. And a very special thank you as well to each one of you FHS Clippers. You not only work hard at being the best athlete you can be, but you work equally as hard in the classroom as well. Indeed, this season, we had 238 spring athletes. 68 of you made the high honor roll, and 137 of you made the honor roll. That is an incredible 86% of our spring student athletes who achieved academic honors. Way to go, Clippers. You truly exemplify, all of you, what it means to be a Clipper. And this year in particular, more than ever before, you worked hard to follow all of the new COVID-19 rules in your individual sports. You kept everyone safe and still had fun. I am so proud of all that you accomplished and how you persevered and prevailed under the most strenuous of circumstances. Congratulations to each and every one of you Clippers for a wonderful spring season. I will now turn the evening over to Athletic Director Kathleen Burke, who will take some time to recognize some of the outstanding performances from this spring season. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Welcome to the Spring Sports Awards presentations. Despite a shortened spring season and COVID protocols in place for most of the season, we had 238 athletes participate on 14 teams this spring. Season highlights included 2 league championships with softball and boys spring track, finishing first in the Atlantic Division of the Cape and Islands League. The baseball team won their first 2 games in the MIA tournament before losing to number 1 seed Middleborough to finish their season. We will now take some time to recognize and honor more of the individual and team achievements for this past season. First up is our unified track team. We had 11 athletes and partners participate this spring. The unified track team is coached by Courtney Lima and assisted by Connor Markham. They competed in 3 meets against Monomoy and Sandwich, and 3 members of the team were selected for Coaches Award. First, Matt Rolansky. This was Matt's first year running unified track. He was the sunshine of the team, bringing a smile to everyone's face and loved doing the high jump. Second Coaches Award goes to Benjamin Barney. A senior leader on the team, Ben exemplified sportsmanship and enthusiasm this season. His hard work paid off when he won his heat of the 100-meter dash in the meet at Sandwich. Angelina Wilbur, the kindest teammate anyone could ask for. She was always cheering her teammates on and improved so much over the season, throwing the shot put and the javelin. Next, we'd like to recognize boys tennis. First-year head coach for boys tennis is Eric Pease, an FHS graduate. He came back and did a great job in his first season starting to rebuild this program. 1 member of the team was selected as a Cape and Islands All-Star. That honor goes to freshman Alex Tang. Alex is a freshman. He showed great sportsmanship and athletic ability. He was a unanimous choice by the coaches in the Cape and Islands, respecting his opponents on and off the court. Alex leads with his play and competitive edge. Selected as an honorable mention for the Cape and Islands League in boys tennis was sophomore Bode Larsen. As a sophomore, Bode showed a great deal of Clipper pride on and off the court. He played a versatile role, never missing a practice or a match. The Sportsmanship Award for the boys tennis team goes to freshman Alex Tang. Alex showed all of his opponents a great level of respect before and after every match. He was elected as co-captain as a freshman by his peers and proved worthy throughout the season. In addition to the Cape and Islands All-Star and Honorable Mention and Sportsmanship Awards, we will also be recognizing members of the team with Coaches Awards. And for boys tennis, that goes to junior William Gerlach. Will showed discipline on the court during every match, playing in the number 2 singles spot. He was voted as co-captain by his peers. Boys tennis finished with a record of 3-5 with a lot of young talent. We're looking forward to more success next year. Girls tennis. Girls tennis, also rebuilding this program. We had to tap Lawrence School for 3 8th graders to come up to fill out this squad. Its head coach is Carr Pease, also an FHS graduate. The All-Stars are voted on by the coaches in the Cape and Islands League. And from our team, sophomore Caroline Moskal was selected as a Cape and Islands All-Star. Caroline was the most outstanding player on the team, going 8-2. She dominated her matches and pulled through every split set she faced. She works hard no matter who she's playing against or with. She's a strong, youthful captain on the team. Selected for the Sportsmanship Award for girls tennis was 8th grader Autumn Pease. Autumn, as a strong 8th grader, always respected her opponent. She plays fair and gives 100% in every match. The Coaches Awards for girls tennis. First, the most outstanding player went to sophomore Caroline Moskal. As mentioned before, Caroline works hard no matter who she's competing against and always is supportive of her teammates. Receiving the Coaches Award as the most improved player was sophomore Rachelle Larsen. Rachel worked hard and was the most improved throughout the season on this team. She often practiced times after practice to improve her skills. And receiving the Coaches Award for a love of the game goes to another 8th grader, Genevieve Marachi. She showed a lot of interest and ability since she was very young in tennis. She has a great gift and will be an asset for FHS in the future. Okay. Also offered in the spring is our girls golf program that is coached by Carrie Shanahan and assisted by Melanie Burgess. We had 3 members of our team selected for Cape and Islands All-Star recognition. First, senior Gina Daggett. Gina has been a great leader and mentor to our freshman players. She played all matches this year in the top spot and won 80% of them. Also selected as an All-Star is Meghan Guidi. Meghan played in all of the matches this season in one of the top spots. She is always positive, has a great grasp of the rules of golf, and was a great mentor to the younger, less experienced players. Selected as an All-Star by the Cape and Islands coaches, that honor also went to freshman Kayla San Clemente. Kayla, as a freshman, rounded out one of the top spots in the lineup all season. She had a strong showing at the schoolgirls tournament and was the top Falmouth player in this invitational tournament. The Sportsmanship Awards for girls golf. First goes to junior Carr Giardi. This was Carr's first year with the team, but a great addition. She played solid golf all season and always encouraged her teammates. Another junior selected for the Sportsmanship Award was junior Kaylee Pierce. Kaylee has worked on her game and has shown big improvement. She continues to help her teammates with their own games and puts in the time she needs to improve. The Coaches Awards for spring golf. First one goes to junior Bridget Murphy. Bridget has been with the team for 3 years and has shown that hard work does pay off. A freshman selected for a Coaches Award, Alana Garrity. Alana has a lot of energy and is very coachable. She has improved and grown over the last season. Alana has managed to work herself to the top of the lineup with great scores throughout the season. And another senior selected for a Coaches Award is Madison Crapo. Madison was one of our captains and won all of her matches this season. Her knowledge of the game continued to grow throughout the season, and she's always is a positive force on the team. Okay. Next, we'd like to recognize members of the sailing team. This year, the sailing team sailed out of Wild Harbor in North Falmouth. The head coach for this program is Andy Ellis. One member of the team was selected as a league all-star, and that honor goes to Janet Grayson. Jancy is a freshman. She consistently demonstrated the highest degree of skill in sportsmanship and sailing. She has a promising future as a leader on our sailing team. Selected as an honorable mention in the Cape and Islands League, that honor goes to freshman Christopher Clark Olsen. Clark was a strong part of the team's success this spring. His positive attitude and strong sailing skills were an important addition to the team. The Sportsmanship Awards for sailing. First goes to sophomore Joseph Simpkins. Joey exhibited outstanding sportsmanship and team spirit all season. He showed this when he gave up his skipper role in an invitational race to allow another sailor to continue racing. A coach's award also goes to freshman Jancy Grayson. She again has consistently demonstrated outstanding sailing and leadership skills through the season. Her dedication to the team and the sport of sailing are an excellent examples for her teammates. Okay. Next, would like to recognize members of the boys lacrosse team. Boys lacrosse is coached by Mr. Rory Morse, Mr. Tim Medeiros, and Mr. Robert Murray. We had one member of this year's varsity team selected as a league all-star, and that was sophomore Christopher Ledwick. Christopher started every game this season in goal with a career high of 20 saves versus Sandwich and Barnstable. He was voted unanimously as a league all-star, averaging 14 saves a game. The Sportsmanship Award for boys lacrosse. From the varsity team, we'd like to recognize senior Nathan Carr. Nate was the team leader for ground balls, a 2-year starter as our face-off player. His leadership was evident when he was voted in as a captain by his peers. And from the junior varsity team, we'd like to recognize junior Leo Giardi. Leo showed tremendous work ethic and leadership for the younger players. This work ethic has paid off for him. The Coaches Awards for our boys lacrosse. First from the varsity team. Junior Patrick Overton. Patrick was a team player who came every day to practice ready to work and make his teammates better. Also receiving a Coaches Award is senior Kyle DeMello. Kyle was a vocal leader on the team starting at long stick in the midfield. And also receiving a Coaches Award is junior James Driscoll. James was a competitor who makes practices better for his teammates by working hard while maintaining a great sense of humor. From the junior varsity team, we had 3 players that will be receiving Coaches Awards. First, freshman William Peters. Will was an offensive threat this season and will be in the future. Another freshman, Thomas Richardson. Thomas was one of our top ball handlers. And rounding out the Coaches Awards for the JV team is freshman Nicolas Gagnon. Nick started off the year new, but quickly became a force on the field. But next up is girls lacrosse. Girls lacrosse is coached by Mr. Derek Zara, Melissa Hamilton, and new to our girls lacrosse program, but also a graduate of Falmouth High School, Caitlin Kennedy Lynch. We had, 4 members of the team selected for All-Star recognition. First, senior Chloe Bowman. Chloe was a defensive powerhouse with a strong presence on the field. As captain, she exhibited every quality that any coach and player would ever want in a leader. Also selected as a league all-star, senior Abigail Roman. Abby was an amazing captain on and off the field. She was an all-around outstanding utility player and exhibited her skills at every position. We look forward to watching her lacrosse career continue at St. Michael's. Another senior selected as a league all-star, Delia Martino. Delia took her role as captain very seriously and did an outstanding job. She was a great defensive leader with a positive attitude and always was able to keep the team's spirit up. Sophomore Natalie Bosselman was also selected as a league all-star. Natalie dominated the draws with her long reach and stick handling skills, and her ability to find the back of the net made her the team's leading goal scorer. Selected as honorable mention in the Cape and Islands League was sophomore Camdyn Swain. Camdyn is quite a force and a formidable player. She has impressive stick skills and was the ground ball queen. She's always in the right place at the right time. Sportsmanship awards for girls lacrosse, first from the varsity. Anna Fernandez. Anna's a junior. She always gives 100% whether on the field, in a game, or at practice. She possesses strong leadership skills and always acted in the best interests of both her school and her team. From the junior varsity team, freshman Grace Gavin was selected for the Sportsmanship Award. Grace was always a positive presence and stepped up and volunteered to play goal for several games for the JV and varsity without hesitation. When she wasn't in goal, she was a core player on defense. Grace exemplifies what it means to display sportsmanship. Okay, and next, the Coaches Awards from the girls lacrosse team. From the varsity, Chloe Bowman, a senior. Chloe was a defensive powerhouse who had such a strong presence on the field. As captain, she exhibited every quality any coach and every player would want to see. Kaylee Shea, a junior, was also selected for a Coaches Award. Kaylee is a great defensive leader who keeps the defense talking and can see the field to direct players. Junior Drea Perez will be recognized with a Coaches Award also. Drea fought hard and every day to improve her skills and increase her playing time. She came to practice every day with a positive attitude and ready to work. From the junior varsity team, we'd like to recognize first sophomore Greta Oberacker. Greta receives the most versatile award as she made herself an asset in all areas of the field with her speed, endurance, stick skills, and special awareness. And also from the junior varsity girls lacrosse team, we'd like to recognize two players with the Integrity, Respect, and Dedication Award. First, freshman Jane Hostetter and sophomore Cassia Jablecki. So two players were selected by the coaches for this award for their integrity, respect, and dedication. Both players stood out from the beginning of the season as natural leaders. All right, moving on to spring track. This year, new head coach Caitlin Dugray was assisted by Matt Eaton and Mr. Mike Slavinsky. For the girls track team, there were two members of the team selected as Cape and Islands All-Stars. First, junior Petrashea Johnson. Petrashea took first place in the high jump, long jump, 100-meter and 200-meter, averaging 20 points per meet in over half the meets she participated in. Also selected as an All-Star, sophomore Hannah Birmingham. Hannah was a multi-event scorer in the most meets she competed in. Her strengths were the 2-mile, the 1-mile, and the triple jump. Selected as an honorable mention from the girls' track team was sophomore Allison Underhill. Allie was a competitor in the 400-meter hurdles and competed in the 800-meter and triple jump. Okay, and from the league championship boys spring track team, they won the Atlantic division of the Cape and Islands League. We had 5 members of that team selected as All-Stars. First, senior Kyle Gaudreau. Kyle was a divisional qualifier in the long jump, 100-meter, 200-meter, and was team captain. He broke 20 feet in the long jump and was a consistent point scorer in every meet. Sophomore Henry Gartner continues to impress. He was a divisional qualifier in the mile and 2-mile and scored in every meet. Also selected as an All-Star, junior Nathaniel Drury. Nate was one of the best 400-meter hurdle runners in the league. He was a top performer in the javelin, 100-meter hurdles, and the 400-meter hurdles. Another junior selected as a league All-Star is Eric Larry. Eric was consistently scorer of points in every meet. He was in the top 5 for javelin for the league and a top hurdler as well. Also selected as an All-Star, sophomore Jackson Mahoney. Jackson was nearly undefeated in the high jump, clearing 5 feet 8 inches for his personal best. Selected as an honorable mention from the boys track team this spring, was sophomore Brady Garcia. Brady was the top league performer in the discus and the shot put, receiving points in every meet. Okay, the sportsmanship awards for the girls and boys track teams. First for the girls, Hannah Birmingham. As a sophomore, Hannah showed grace and goodwill at all meets. She enjoyed the competition while respecting her opponents. Also selected from the girls' team is freshman Leah Forsay. Leah never hesitated to help set up meets and events. She got to know her opponents and respected their efforts during competition. From the boys' track team, a sportsmanship award goes to sophomore Keegan Heffernan and freshman Aiden Kramer. Keegan and Aiden were everything a coach looks for when thinking about sportsmanship, including cheering on teammates. They help work with younger members of the team and help with the meet setup and all that needs to be done when we're hosting a meet. The Coaches Awards for boys and girls track this year. First from the girls, freshman Kate Jackson. Kate competed in 3 events and really stepped up running hurdles for the team. She is a hard worker that continually impresses the coaches with her effort. Also selected for a Coaches Award, senior Michael Maceda. Mike exemplified leadership for his team by always attending practices, helping his teammates, and taking on new events to continually help out the team. Okay. And next up is the Atlantic Division Cape and Island champion softball team. And most impressive 11-0 record this year. Softball head coach is Amy Bruce. She is assisted by Denise Dorado and Ashley Kelly Shadani. The All-Stars from the softball team. First selected was junior Phoebe Cutter. Phoebe dominated the mound for the team this year. She had a record of 10-0 with an ERA of 1. Phoebe had 109 strikeouts while only giving up 27 walks. She was a force with the bat, hitting .471 and drove in 12 runs. Phoebe was voted the league MVP and is the junior captain of the team. She was the best pitcher on the Cape this year, averaging 12 strikeouts and 3 walks per game. Another league all-star is junior Meghan Robbins. Meghan is one of the most feared hitters in the league with a batting average of .667. She scored 24 runs and drove in 16 more. She is a force behind the plate as a catcher with her strong arm. Another Cape and Islands all-star for the softball team, sophomore Anna Valesig. Anna is a sophomore, but you'd never know it by her confidence at the plate and powerful swings. She batted .615 this year with a team high of 23 RBIs and also led the team in doubles. She is so strong an asset and defensively, she's also a strong asset defensively at second base. Okay, and let's see, we have 2 more All-Stars from the softball team this year. Next up, junior Haylee Silvia. Haylee was one of the strong juniors on the team who covered center field with ease and would dare runners to run on her arm, which they often regretted. She was one of the top hitters, batting .500 and scored 17 runs. And rounding out the list of all-stars for our softball team this year was junior Rachelle Andrade. Rachelle was the leadoff batter, and her speed on the bases was a bonus. She could almost steal bases at will and could turn one base hit into 2 very easily. Defensively at shortstop, she made great plays throughout the season. We also had one player from the softball team selected for honorable mention, and that goes to sophomore Maci Griesabauer. Maci is a sophomore who contributed many things to the team. She was a strong hitter, batting .520 and hitting in 11 runs. She plays a solid first base and did a good job as a backup catcher. The Sportsmanship Award for softball this year goes to Alexis Wrede. Alexis is a senior and first-year varsity player. She worked hard at practice and when she was on the field. You could always count on Alexis to be cheering on her team at games and helping coaches out when needed. The Coaches Awards for the softball team this year. First goes to junior Haylee Silvia. Haylee is a junior captain who's been on varsity since she was a freshman. Haylee is a very dedicated player on and off the field, always there for the team when needed. Selected for a Coaches Award, Rachelle Andrade, a junior, who's been on varsity since her freshman year. She always gives 100% at practices and games, always trying to learn more and improve her skills. And selected for the final Coaches Award for the softball team this year was freshman Anna Bennett. Anna's a freshman, first-year varsity player, and she'll have a large impact in the future. Okay. So congratulations to both softball and to boys track for the league championships. Last group we want to recognize is the varsity baseball team. Head coach for baseball is Josh Oliver. He's assisted by Kevin Cook and Joe Morency. The baseball team was the only team that made the decision to enter the MIA tournament this year, and they were able to win their first 2 games before, as I said earlier, facing Middleborough in the quarterfinals. From the baseball team, would like to recognize 3 members as Cape and Islands All-Stars. First, Samuel Cavosa. Sam is a senior, and he was the ultimate player for FHS this season. He batted .425 with 7 RBIs, 8 runs, and 2 stolen bases. He was tremendous behind the plate with a great arm and a great command of his pitches. And in addition, he was a huge threat in the batting order. Sam threw out 8 runners this season defensively, and offensively only struck out twice in 46 at-bats. Next player selected as a league all-star, junior Nicolas Gagnon. Nico started the year as an outfielder and then quickly moved to infield duty. He settled back into an everyday third baseman, but could play anywhere on the field. Nico finished the regular season with a .405 batting average, with 12 RBIs, 11 runs, and 3 stolen bases. He had the only home run in the regular season before there was another home run in the MIA tournament. The third player selected for All-Star recognition from our baseball team, and that was sophomore Michael Matter. As a sophomore, Michael had a tremendous season for the team on the mound. He quickly became the #1 pitcher by commanding the strike zone and keeping hitters off balance. He finished with a 1.29 ERA with 24 strikeouts, 15 walks, over 27 innings pitched. Selected as for honorable mention by the Cape and Islands coaches. That honor goes to junior Andrew DeBettencourt. Andrew had a great season for the Clippers at second base. He was the leadoff batter with a 293 batting average, 14 runs scored, and 6 stolen bases. He contributed significantly for us on the pitcher's mound as well. Andrew loves the game and is often the first player at the field for practice daily. The Sportsmanship Awards from baseball. First, from the varsity team, senior Timothy Lang. Timmy was the ultimate teammate. He worked so hard in the field and became our everyday shortstop, making very few mistakes, giving us a steady presence at this prime position. His work ethic was second to none. His leadership skills will be missed as he moves on. From the junior varsity team, sophomore Norman Ralston was selected for the Sportsmanship Award. Norman will go out of his way to make sure little things always get done right. His approach to sports and positive outlook was a pleasure to be around. His positivity brought out the best in his teammates. And now for the Coaches Award from the baseball team this year. First, from the varsity, senior Vincent Duffany. Vinny was a great teammate and extremely unselfish. He was invaluable in the dugout, assisting with pitch counts in every game. He accepted his role in the team and worked hard on the practice field. Also selected for our Coaches Award was senior Dylan Pine. Dylan was a real senior who accepted his role of limiting playing time and came to baseball every day to work. He was well liked by his teammates and coaches. And a third senior selected for our Coaches Award, Maxwell McDonald. Max was one of the hardest working players on the team. He's extremely unselfish and is willing to give up his bat for a teammate that did not receive a lot of playing time during the senior night to make sure that all his teammates had an opportunity to play. From the junior varsity baseball team, first coach's award goes to freshman Aiden Corey. Aiden was a team first player and was always willing to do whatever was best for the team. He played multiple roles on the team and put forth his best effort. Another freshman selected for a coach's award was Ryan Palmer. Ryan has a great work attitude and work ethic. He's willing to play any role needed on a daily basis and always puts his teams first. And selected for a coach's award this year was also sophomore Jack Braga. Jack was a constant leader on the team. He was always keeping his players up and motivating everyone to perform their best. Okay. And that finishes up our presentations for the Spring Sports Awards. I want to thank everybody that helped out this season. It was difficult, but players, parents, student athletes, the staff at the high school just made this season positive, and we are just very proud of the performances this past season. And just one housekeeping note, all of the certificates, bars, and letters are in the Student Activities office right now. We'd recommend that you contact your coach and find out the best way to pick those up. There'll be somebody in the office this week, or your coach is welcome to come get them and get them to all the players. Again, thank you and have a great summer.